How's it going, gamers? This is Dan here. Welcome back to Prison Architect. Now, we are running Alpha 11 today, which means we have got a lot of cool new features coming up. Now, first things first, I'm going to bring your attention to the giant line of object underscore hearses out the front. Now, these things are here to take my dead people out of my prison. Thank God. Now, what we can see here is we've got guards taking guards, and if we can see it, generally I was under the impression that it was workmen taking prisoners, but it seems to be guards will take everyone to the hearse, chuck him in the back. You know, he's dead, but he's got a light, whatever. And they take them and they put them in the back of the object underscore hearse. Now they work, it's obviously an ambulance, so you know, it's not really a hearse, it's kind of like an ambulance ute thing, but I'll roll with it, whatever. So prisons will now be emptied with all my prisoners. There's actually quite a few prisoners already gone because I may have already done this video once before and forgot to record my audio. So obviously you can see they're kind of piling up prisoners and not really noticing how many people there are. That guy got left behind, fell off the truck. Hey, come back. Oh, alright, fine. Whatever. Not my problem. So prisoners getting run over seems to be a pretty significant problem here, but that's completely fine. Now, Introversion has done quite a lot of work on this new alpha, and what are you doing, man? You haven't even put him in the truck yet. You just left him on the bonnet. God. Okay, but yeah, so they've made a lot of great improvements. First of all, they've improved a lot of performance fixes, and as well as memory leaks, sort of things like that. Another little performance bug was nameplates were very cluttery back in the day, but now you'll see when I zoom in to, say, Ansley, you know, you can see his name tag. As I zoom out, you know, it gets smaller. The opacity zooms out a bit and you can't see it so much. Now you can't see them at all. Now, they were a big thing before because you obviously notice you could see the name tags from a distance, but now you can see when you're far away, you don't see them. So that's a pretty cool thing, as well as items such as things here in the kitchen, stacks of ingredients, don't have that little caption number they used to have that tells you how much is in there, or if you're the sake of garbage, which we have one here, it doesn't have the number of how many kilograms it weighs. So they finally got rid of that caption thing. It was kind of a, I don't know, it was like a rendering issue or something like that. Performance bug, anyway, fixed, whatever, done, dusted. Another thing as well is land expansion. Now, I found it. It's in the bureaucracy section. Obviously, you have to purchase the warden, get the finance, then you have to get land expansion. I forgot that last time, but I got it covered. So if I put time forward a little bit, land expansion will allow you to, as it says, expand your land. So whether it be over here, up here, down here, or even on this side. Now, depending on the size of your prison, the value that you start with, the value changes. Now, if you had a small prison, which was only about, you know, 3/4 or half the size of this, obviously the long side would be more expensive than the short side. So they've taken that into consideration when you're purchasing that. The object underscore hearses are completely banked up. Quite a lot of dead people in my prison. For the record, there were 67 when I started. But yeah, so land expansion is looking pretty cool. Now, there is a bug with that where you do not want, or it's untested. I'd say it's untested because it might be safe. I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but if you wish, you're welcome to build on this side. There may be issues relating to prisoners making a dash for it because you can't actually join this side and that side without building on the road, which is a nitty no-no at the moment. So maybe if you use staff-only zones there, and I don't know, that's for the smart people to figure out. So we'll roll with that. But land expansion, in my books, very, very cool. Time lapse recording. You go into main menu. I think there's a different, it might be different in a different alpha or in a new prison as opposed to this one, but nonetheless, I'm recording a time lapse at the moment. Obviously, not much is going to happen because it's only a few seconds long, but up here you see the giant time lapse tells me the length, how many frames is recording. It's a very, very cool feature. If you're one of those people that don't do commentaries, but you like to do prison architect videos, you have a option to just have a time lapse of either the full size of the prison, or it could zoom in as you zoom in, sort of thing. Just allows you to make a lot of cool little changes. Something going on here, a little tussle, that's fine. Make you a lot of choices for how you want your time lapse to look. So there are people that have made some fantastic prisons on the Steam Workshop, and if you're one of those people, you're able to time lapse those videos, upload them to YouTube to let people know how they're made. Now, I think that's really cool integration with the rest of the other social stuff that Prison Architect has going on, and I think that's pretty cool. There's been some rendering with water as well. Something's changed. I can't tell. Did I? Oh, I never even put drains in here. Wow, I'm really bad at that. But okay, so that's... Where is it even draining to? I don't know. Logic, game logic, whatever. So, time lapses, very cool as well. You can use the options menu to change frame intervals and playback rate. So if I stop that there, and I go options... yep, okay, that's right. For some reason, I'm not getting the renders for stuff like this. It's not meant to say half of this stuff, you know. That's meant to be like a save button, I think. Another bug here is clock speed. They're obviously not what it's meant to be. But, I don't know, I've had that. I haven't seen that on any other, like the Introversion official Alpha 11 video or anything like that. I haven't seen that at all. Oh, dead people, it's not actually showing their name. So farewell, Tim, Andrew, Benjamin, and Mark, as you venture on into the afterlife, which lies beyond the boundaries of Prison Architect. But new things on the block as well. We have intelligent toolbar highlights. Now, if you go into objects and say you're going to build a kitchen, all right, you would have to find the fridge, the cooker, the bin. You'd have to find... What else is it? The sink... Oh, no, it's not really a great example. The staff door, yeah. Let's find a good example. No, alright. But things are all scattered anyway. They're all scattered along here. And you have to find... If you're looking for certain stuff to build your prison, all you have to do is simply zoom in, and you can see the relevant items light up for each area. Obviously, I had the yard hidden underneath it, but that's included in the area. So when you have like one, maybe two areas specific, you zoom in. There, this is a good example. Tables, benches, and serving tables. They're all over the place. But when you zoom in, you can go, canteen items, boom, right there in my prison. Now, eat. Now that's pretty cool as well because it includes multiple areas. You know, it's got yard, all of them. These three are selected: the yard, the kitchen, the canteen. It works for cells, it works for workshops, it works for laundries and showers and offices, and as long as you have it zoned up, it won't know what you built if you just put a random room in there and go, what's going on? No, that won't work. You have to actually tell it what to do. Now, how many prisoners we got left? We've got 28 dead bodies left. I wonder if I can finish this video before the banks of them line up. See, there we go. See, that's the sort of area you look at when you buy. Now, that will cost you $45,000. Or is it $4,500? No, $45,000. So that's something very, very expensive, and you would only do as like an end game thing. Well, not so much an end game, but, you know, increase your size of your prison. Now, people running on your dad's computer sort of thing, the less performance things, don't, or you can, but it's not advised to move into more expansive prisons. You can, yeah. You know what? Don't listen to me. Do it. What else have we got? Prisoners, their sentences now count down. So if you see here, we got James Nielsen. So 6.2 years of 71 years. Now, if I played this for long enough, James Nielsen could actually be released. It doesn't mean I have to play Prison Architect for 64 years. It just means that over time, this will move close to the end, and we will have him eventually released from prison. It's got sort of a in-game timer that's like 1 day is equal to, however many months or whatever. I'm not sure what the calculation is, but eventually prisoners will say, hey, I'm ready to be released, come get me, sort of thing. And I haven't found anyone relevant yet that autosave that has that feature going up. See, I've still got 7 years, but if I stood here long enough, you'd see it move eventually. I'm not going to because, you know, who knows. I don't know how long it's going to take, but eventually a prisoner will say, I'm ready to get out of here, and the guards will let them leave. Now that, of course, it will flash, you know, release in the same way it flashes that someone's dead. She's still falling off the morgue slab. She did that last time. Good God. Walking Dead. But, yeah, so that's completely fine. It'll say released. They'll let them go. You know, you're not going to have any escapes listed or anything like that. So if you're doing a hardcore prison, don't worry. They're fine. Let them go. And, you know, they might be back. You never know. Never know. So what else have we got? These guys. They've just finished their work. They have nothing to do. Previously, they'd all be standing in a giant huddle in the middle of the room. Guards as well. Prisoners as well. They have nothing to do. They are free to wander wherever they go, as long as they don't leave their section. Now, if you look at deployment, these guys are obviously deployed there, but they don't have a patrol in there. Used to stand in the middle. No, they're just going to wander around the shower, do whatever they want. That is a cool new feature, because it looked weird having 6 or 7 guards stand in the same section when they had nothing to do. But no, that sort of makes random patrol a real thing here. You don't have to have, you know, a deployed patrol area. If they're going to wander freely, that's fine. That makes changes the element of the game a little bit. Makes it a lot more randomized as far as pathfinding goes. So that's very, very cool. We have hearses. We've already covered that. Very relevant to my prison. Clothes. Clothes will no longer be a very, very high contributing factor to inciting lots and lots of riots. Now that used to be a big thing where you look at your reports, you go your needs, clothing. When it was through the roof, prisoners were really, really intensely mad, and they would start riots and kill 67 people. Now that's changed these days because clothing and comfort are now both exempt from the danger meter as far as contributing factors to large riots. Now, obviously, that does make them a little bit nervy, and other things may increase or decrease because of that, but you no longer have to supply clothes and comfort to avoid having lots and lots of danger in your prison. So that's another cool feature. You don't have to worry about all that because it's taken care of, it's fixed. What else have we got? Doctors and paramedics will no longer heal fighting prisoners or rioting prisoners in the middle of a fight. That's another very, very relevant example in my prison. Oh, bye-bye. You'll remember in the SWAT takeback, for example, I fired all of my doctors because they kept healing the rioting prisoners, and which just continued to just keep inciting. Now, that has changed, finally, and that will no longer happen. Doctors and paramedics will not heal those prisoners until the riot is done. Once they're down, they're out. You can worry about them later. Prisoners, they now walk faster when pushing laundry baskets. You know, if that was a problem you had in your prison, you can sleep well tonight because you know they will be fixed. The clone tool was broken in Alpha 10 apparently. I did not know that. I still have not even used it. But if that was something you used at one point and it broke, it's fixed. Alpha 11, cool. Doctors and paramedics. Now, if you watched my last episode, you will remember, distinctly remember I would say, a very loud, annoying ringing noise coming from the infirmary. Every time I hovered over it slowly, she's still here. Why is she still here? I don't know. Okay, but anyway. So, what was I saying? Yes. Now, that was actually because of a bug where the infirmary sounds, or the doctor healing noises, would constantly loop. Just keep going and going, it wouldn't stop. So that's what looping means. And that is why they had to fix it, because it just kept happening. That happened as well with the lockdown klaxon. I don't know what that sound is, but they fixed it. It was making noises, and it's gone now. What else have we got? Prisoners will no longer attempt to clean staff-only areas. I don't have a clean... Oh, a staff-only area. I don't have clean areas either. But I noticed a prisoner earlier. He was cleaning in the psychologist's office right here. If that was a staff-only door, he would not come in and clean. That would be a janitor's job, and they would do it. So that is another thing they've fixed. Obviously, it was bugged, and maybe that's as well. That could be a thing for deliveries as well. I noticed a lot of my prisoners, for example, would go, "Oh, we need the food. The food's out here. Okay, la da 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 da. Leg it," and they tried to run. They didn't make it, but they tried. She's still here. Oh, she's gonna fall out of the hearse as well. She is hopeless. Yep, take her back. She's here for a constant, forever loop. But whatever. That's not my problem. She can stay for all that matters. She's got plenty of room. There's plenty of room in the morgue. I'll never need that many morgue slabs ever again. Prisoners will immediately stop doing jobs if the room is set to staff only. So if they're all in the workshop and I want them to leave, well, I can just go staff only and they'll leave. Alex Pratt is probably the exception that proves the rule. So if I go deployment, staff only, will he leave? No. He's going to stay there because he is not fixed. Another bug there in Alpha 11. I'll keep an eye on that. He's been there a long time. I don't think he's going to leave ever. Okay, general population. That's cool. Another thing, prisoners will no longer drop their dirty uniforms in the wall where it cannot be retrieved. That was something that obviously must have happened. I didn't really notice that much, but if you did, again, fixed. Cool. And finally, you no longer need to hire a doctor in order to build the infirmary. Now, you may remember that from a very, very long time ago when I started this prison, that obviously you could not build the infirmary until you had a doctor. That's changed now. You can build the infirmary without a doctor. Don't know why you would, but you can. So we're going to sit here and watch and see if this visitor finally gets on the hearse or if she's going to just fall off again. That's completely up to her. But yeah, so no longer need to hire a doctor. Infirmary. Cool. I'm pretty sure that's everything here in Prison Architect. Now, there is something I wanted to mention as well. Due to a lot of new things in Alpha 11, Alpha 10, and all that, all the new alphas that came out before I started this prison, I've actually made a decision that I'd like to start a new prison. All over again, I'm going to start a Season 2, or is it Season 3? It's technically my third season of Prison Architect, but it's Season 2 of Hardcore Prison Architect. So I'm going to start all over again, and I'm going to have new prison, probably the same prisoners I called in at the start of the series, or a few different people. There's new people that want to be put into the Prison Architect's name of the game, and I will put them in, and they will be my starting prisoners in Season 2? Season 3? I haven't decided yet. I'll sort that out. But yeah, so that is going to be my future thing, and these guys will not leave. That is never going to leave. Okay, let's go over the bugs that we've found in Alpha 11. Obviously, if they're dead, for some reason they don't want to leave the medical beds, but I could probably give you a good fix for that. If you dismantle it, with any luck, we'll see that guard returned to the hearse. Otherwise, you're going to have a constant loop of them coming around. Another glitch is the visitor falling off the morgue slab and the hearse glitch. The potential that this side will not work. Again, untested, couldn't tell you. What else? What other problems are there in the prison? Clock speeds, that's glitched out, for me at least. That's also the same as the options menu, codex _ options. And over here, codex _ Twitter. Now, they can be fixed, I imagine. But they probably won't in this alpha, but, I for one can go a month without it, because I know that's pause, slow, normal time, and fast time. But, I think that's pretty much it for the bugs. Prisoners not being put on the hearse. And yeah, so that's all that I am aware of as far as testing goes for the new alpha. And with that, I think concludes the episode and even concludes the end of this prison. So for all those who are interested, I'm going to put a link of this video, not this video, this prison, in the description for either this video or the start of the next season, so that you are more than welcome to play around with the prison. If you think they were broken, that's a bit glitchy as well, I might add. Are they the only one doing it? Andy DeFran has no issue. They're probably just on crystal meth. That's fine. But if you have any intention to play this prison, go for your life. There'll be a link in the description. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to wrap it up here for Prison Architect, both Alpha 11 and for Nakatomi Prison. I wish I got it finished, but then again, I'd like to start again with all a new plan with all the cool rooms and everything set in motion. I'm going to try and do things a little bit differently. I'm going to try and avoid my 3x2 cells and try and make things a little bit more different to what I'm used to here in Prison Architect. So I'll come back in a few days with a new plan, new prison, and it'll look great. So if you are interested and your name's in the game, be sure to leave a comment down below or in the new video, either. And I'll make a plan to call you into my prison. Now, I'm very, very particular that I'll make sure that you guys get in if you're interested. So get in quick and you'll get in quick. But that's pretty much it. Prison Architect is obviously an alpha. It is available on Steam as well as on the Introversion website if you are not a member of the Steam community. But it's highly recommended because then you have full access to the Steam Workshop and all sorts of cool things like that. But nonetheless, this has been Dan. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, check out my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. I occasionally post photos on there as well. So this has been Dan. Thank you very much for watching, gamers, and I will see you in the next prison and the next episode of Prison Architect. Till then, bye.